You know what? Who needs a starting soon timer anyway? Let's be for real. 10 minutes is too long. We do not need to do that long. Hello, hello. I am alive, which is crazy to say. I was planning to stream. Here, let me go to starting soon. No, just chat. This right? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've streamed. Let me turn down the music. A little bit lower. I don't want to mute it, but I kind of want to. Hi life, hi quantum, hi night. Hello, hello, hello. Let me zoom in. Is this good? Is this good? It's been so long. I almost forgot how to stream, but I'm honestly so happy to be back. Holy shit. It's been so long. I genuinely, because I wanted to stream for a while and then I got sick, but like I got sick in a way, like I couldn't talk. I was just miserable. I was on antibiotics and eventually I got better, but not better enough to stream. I was still like kind of funky, still kind of up in the air on how I felt. And then this week I finally am better enough to stream, except next week I can't stream because I'm not going to be here. But I am going to try to be back. That's my hope. I don't expect to get sick again. If I get sick again, I might throw myself into the sun. But in between, you know, what's it called? Not streaming and existing. I've been studying for the LSAT. That shit has consumed my life. Oh, thank you, Brandon. But, yeah, I don't know how restful this stream's gonna be because it's just gonna be me yapping, screaming. I did say that even if I wasn't feeling better, the next stream would just be me screaming for 3 hours and no one could stop me. I'm not gonna be screaming for 3 hours. I still have a slight cough. I'll try my best not to cough on stream. That is my goal. That is my goal. But who knows? Who knows? I will say after today's stream, so we are starting an hour earlier, not because my schedule changed, but because I am joining Nautilus later for a birthday stream. I'm going to be on the Golf with Friends part of the stream. And then tomorrow I'm going to be joining Yin on stream to celebrate outfit debut. Everybody got their stuff this weekend, and I'm going to try to be present. I'm going to try to be around. That is my goal. My goal is to be present and available support before I leave. Yeah, no, I have been studying for the LSAT so much. Everything has been the LSAT. Oh my lord. My score has not moved. No, well, that's a lie. It's moved a little bit, but not in the way I want it to. So I'm still working on it. And by the way, please don't play a drinking game of every time I say LSAT, you take a shot. You will die because I am not going to stop talking about it. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I need so much luck right now. I need all the luck. I need life. I don't want to be responsible for your medical bill. I'm not right now. No, it's not a great drinking game idea. You are going to have to go to the hospital. You're going to post on Twitter and you're going to community note. And it's just going to be hospital. Oh my God. But no, I've been studying for the LSAT. But my issue right now is I feel like I rush a bit, like with standardized testing in general. If you can't tell from how fast I'm talking. So I do need to work on slowing it down. Slowing it down a little bit. Yeah, my plan is there's 25 questions per section. At the moment, I can get the score I want by just completing 20 questions. So instead of trying to go for the 25, I'm trying to pace myself a little slower, aim for 20. It's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing. But my accuracy in untimed is not bad. So I just need to reel it all in. I'm getting more consistent with low difficulty questions, which is good. I already have a high accuracy, but I'll sometimes get a low difficulty question wrong, and I'll look at it and be like, why Why the fuck did I answer that? Why did I choose A when it was clearly B? And I'm just getting better at that. So stuff's going. I saw someone earlier on LSAT subreddit, which, by the way, if you're ever studying for MCAT, LSAT, GRE, GMAT, whatever, never go on Reddit. It's not worth it. You do not need to go on Reddit. You know what's gonna happen if you go on Reddit? You're gonna see this. You're gonna see this. Ready? Hey guys, I'm a freshman in high school and I just scored my first diagnostic for the LSAT and I got a 170. I just want to know, is this good? Do you guys think I can get like a 180 in time for admissions? I really just want to go to T14. I really just want to go to Yale. I have no safeties and I'm just starting really, really early just in case. I've heard these different test prep companies are really good, but I just don't know if I can score well. Anyway. That's what I see every day on Reddit. So don't go on Reddit. I'm so happy to be done with school. Education drains your brain, your money so badly. The textbooks. I have been lucky with my costs for textbooks. Luckily, I can mostly either find them online from a friend or some professors have provided them, which has been so great. Some of my classes don't have a textbook. We just get provided readings. But no, the LSAT subreddit is neurotic. I bet here. I bet if I open it right now, we'll see something crazy. Ooh, I need to read that. A test prep company is using AI for their question explanations. First LSAT, what do I do? And it's a fucking 170. How's the comments going? It's exactly what I just told you all about. To the letter. Taking September LSAT, just scored my first 170 today. Obviously, this isn't my target score, but from anyone who increased their score from low to high 170s/180s, what's the biggest thing you focused on? I hate. Anyway, so I saw someone earlier, they've been taking logic using Reddit. Yeah, I'm an addict. I saw someone earlier on the subreddit who got a 179 diagnostic. For context, the highest score you can get on the LSAT is a 180. A 179 is like a 99.9 percentile. It's insane. It's enough to get into Yale. No batting an eyelash. Harvard, Stanford, like the HYS, whole trio. I saw someone get a 179 diagnostic because all they took in a majority. Sorry, my eye is twitching, and it is the tracking. Okay, it's not me, but it helps. That's how to explain how I feel about this. Oh my word. Anyway. Throughout all of university, they took so many logic classes, and it helped them get just a 179 on the LSAT flat. I just don't know what to do with myself. Because obviously my diagnostic's not a 170, 160, whatever. It's you know what? Very, 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 very lovely for those who can get a 179. That is a life-changing score. I wish it was mine. It will be mine. Eventually. With enough effort and whimsy and I don't know, psychopathy. I don't know. What is... Okay. Let me pull up the subreddit for LSAT. This is important. This is important to me. This is very, very important. Even though y'all, welcome. If you're a harbinger, you are now stuck with my LSAT psychopathy. Hi, Vignetta, welcome in. Someone talked about choking on test day. Someone talked about how they got a 177. Oh, someone was like, war is over, and they got a 175. That's great. That is so great. That is so great. I'm so happy for them. Because it's not someone going, my diagnostic was a 170. Like, yeah. Hi, Bliss. Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Everybody on the LSAT subreddit who scored a 170 plus is burning their textbooks. They're like, fuck this test. I never want to deal with it again. And they're throwing all their LSAT test prep books in the trash. I love that for them. Someone got a 173. I'm doing well. It's been a minute. I've been sick. I've only just recently gotten better. I still have like a lingering cough, but other than that, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I've been studying for the LSAT and going crazy. How's the temperature? It's fine. Not for France though. Everybody, it's hot, but all I see on my feed is canicule. Like that's all my feed is, and it's a guy with the ice block on his head. Yeah, no, I am very happy to be in the States and not in Europe right now, because that y'all are going through it. They declared a heat advisory for the Austrian Grand Prix, and I am not envious in the slightest. Yeah, oh, y'all are melting. No, you need the ice block. You need a channel canicule guy. By the way, he did in English too, which is crazy. I don't remember what the English translation is. I know what canicule means. I don't remember what the whole thing is. All I remember is just scrolling and then saying canicule, and something about having ice on his head. I recognize some stuff. 1 second. Where's the evidence of AI, guys? Sorry, one of the LSAT test prep companies is right now being called on Reddit for using AI in their explanations, but I don't know if they actually do it. Also had to cancel my subscription of out of money stats. That's all good. Listen, I also haven't been around, so like I don't mind if y'all like genuinely. If you subscribe, great. If you can't, fine. Like up to you. Also, Kratos Love Toenail, hello, welcome in. Welcome to the Harbinger family. I love your name, even though I've never played that game. I wonder where the other one is, so y'all can be friends. Yeah. But you loved the, I'm assuming the emotes, at least. The emotes, probably? The emotes are at least the big thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad y'all like the emotes. The artist who made them is very sweet. Sorry, I'm scrolling LSAT subreddit. I need to stop, but oh, it's so tempting. First 170, what do I do? Oh, someone got a 176. Ah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. Oh, and someone earlier was like, here's how I scored a 177. And they actually posted such a lovely guide. They were like, here's what I did the loophole textbook, which I own. They did LR Perfection textbook. 1 second. LR Perfection. I need to order something on Amazon. Give me 1 second, guys. How much is this? LSAT. Ooh, but is it good? Is this a good textbook? Intended for advanced audience. Students are repeating the 160s. Ah! Already on my 27th shot of the drinking game. Stop! Sorry, I should be a little bit quieter. I have neighbors who forget I exist, apparently. Do you know how often... Sorry, this is going to be a lot of yapping. The whole day is yap. The whole day is yap and complaining. Yap and complaining. And I want to turn off ads. 1 second. I'm turning off the ads that I run. So people will have pre-rolls. But once you're here, you don't miss a single yap. Because know what's going to happen if I stop yapping? I'm going to forget what I was talking about, and then we're all fucking screwed. So give me 1 second. Monetization, ads, turn off ad schedule. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, no, I said it. Do not use this as a drink. Do not. It's not worth it. I'm going to have ads now. No, you're already here, so you'll be fine right now. You'll be okay. Part of LSAT Perfection. Is this good? Is this a good book? I don't want to buy it if it's bad. Oh my god. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Someone got a 146. Someone got a 180, by the way. It's crazy. Someone got a 180. Sorry, I'm just so distracted by everybody's. There's a 180! There's the 180! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, it's a thing. Can't get you the textbook digitally for cheap or free. The LSAT prep books are not digital. Nah. I barely make any money from ads. I only run ads to turn off pre-rolls on Twitch, so that way people can join the stream without getting an ad while joining. Because I just have built-in commercial breaks for me to take a sip of water, stretch, etc. Yeah. The money from ads is like, if anything, 2 cents. So I don't care about ads, and I never will. Yeah. Crap. I need to figure out if this textbook's good, because I want to have it in time, because I'm going to be, migration for the holidays is going to take me like too many hours. Way too many hours. So I need something to do during those hours. What would be great to do during my whole long ass road trip, guys? The LSAT. It's great. I'm so happy to be studying for this test. I love it. It's so great. I am not in any pain at all because of the LSAT. The LSAT and I are besties. We're friends, and we love each other very, very much. Where am I migrating to? I'm visiting Crow Fam. The Crow Fam is everywhere. Because America is deciding today's the day, guys, to launch fireworks and explode. So that's I'm doing some July 4th celebrations. Not per se celebrating, but more of excuse to meet other Crow family after a while. But I'm taking the opportunity while migrating to like study and do all that. One of my favorite things about when I was in Europe was literally just when I was on a plane flight, like Ryanair, random, but work with me here. Ryanair, no Wi-Fi, nothing. So you know what I'd do? I would sit there on my phone, pull up my notes app, and start writing character backstories. And that shit was some of the best writing I've done ever. So I need to simulate plane flight conditions in the trip. Because you know what will happen? I'll focus, I'll study, and I'll get a good score. That is entirely how that works. Except I get really motion sick. So me and Dramamine are really, really good friends. Oh, I love listening to music. I just can't. Because I can't listen to music and study at the same time. It fucks me up. Here, give me 1 second. Can someone tell me if this book's good? A must-have book. Yeah, but is it good? Sorry, 1 second. LSAT. LR Perfection. Book. Reddit. Because of course Reddit is the most factual place to look for any input, guys. Ever. Best resource. You need an answer? Some poor person on Reddit suffered the same thing you did many years ago and is here to tell you how to fix your life. Not promoting, just only people. Okay. Ooh. Okay, everybody really likes it. Everybody really likes it. You know what that happens? Add to cart. Immediately. Free delivery Monday. Okay. Me when I spend Crow fam money. Crow dad looking at me later like, what the fuck did you buy? And I'm like, textbook. And he was like, why? I'm like, textbook. You want a good score? We get a good score. Buy textbook. Yay! I'm so excited. How many pages is it? Wait. How many pages is this? How many pages? 500! Wait. 578! But listen. If it helps, I'll explode. You know? Like genuinely, like gone. I don't think I can possibly ever explain to y'all how much greed I have for this test. Like, I don't think I could ever possibly break down the amount of unashamed greed I have. Like, I I need that score. I need that score real bad. You know, like the pardon me. You know the meme with like the cake pop that's like, ooh, he wants that cookie real bad. I want the LSAT real bad. I want that cookie. I will have it. I will have it. I'll do it. And know what? I'm going to do it in a month or 2 or 3. I don't want to take a gap year. I will do it. I will do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. It'll happen. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be here Monday. New textbook. I really hope I budgeted well for that. By the way, I found out about that earlier. Did not think about it. The only time I thought about it after that's finding out about it earlier was just now when I decided to buy it. It'll be fine. I'm kind of in the point where it's like I need everybody's most psychotic study methods and I need to apply them. And I just need to see how crazy we can go with it. And if it works, it works. I will accept anything at this point. Well, not anything. But I would love a score, please. All right. No, it's crazy. I was gone for a week from work, which I have stories, but I was gone for a week from work. And when I came back, my coworkers were like, oh my God, no, we haven't heard about in a while? The LSAT. Because all I'm fucking talking about is the fucking test. But that's because it's all I do. It's all I do. You guys want to know what my day looks like? I wake up super early. I open my eyes super early. Pardon me, I'm trying not to cough so hard right now. The sun hasn't even risen. I wake up, I do my skincare, I do my makeup, I get ready, I have a little bit of breakfast, whatever have you, maybe a coffee, maybe a tea, maybe a smoothie, whatever. I drag my ass to the library, public, uni, what doesn't matter, any library will do. And I sit there for hours and hours and I study and then I decide eventually I'm tired of it and then I go. Sorry, my alarm for stream just went off. That's crazy because I'm streaming right now. And then I go back to the crow nest. I have a lunch, maybe a dinner. I have a snack. I calm down. I sit down. I don't go to my, by the way, I have not been on my desktop, my PC, the PC I use for streaming, in a week and a half. I have been in that corner where you guys can't see me pointing. I've been in that corner on my laptop doing LSAT prep and watching episodes of The Mentalist. I've started watching a show because I need something else to do in between because holy shit. And I've started watching The Mentalist. I recommend it. It's great. I really like it thus far. Anyway, and then I go home. I do lunch, dinner, whatever have you. And then you know what I do? I either watch my show or I study. I'm attending LSAT classes. I'm attending webinars. I am asking questions. I'm constantly doing the LSAT. That's crazy. That is true. But that's what we have. It's what I have to do. Now, here's my one issue that I have been having. I study a lot, but I feel like the quality isn't where it needs to be. So I'm trying to get a little bit better about the quality output of what I'm doing. So like I can dedicate a quantity to studying, but I need it to be quality. I need to be quality to make the gains that I really need. Which is why I'm like, okay, if this textbook works, it's worth a purchase. It's worth trying. If this textbook works, it's worth a purchase. It's worth trying. Anything possible to get that score. Because it genuinely is. I need that score. The good thing is my GPA is very good, which I have an update on. My university in France. Fun fact, I studied abroad in France for a semester. Yay. Yay. Anyway. But so LSAC, the Law School Admissions Council, who is getting sued, by the way. Ooh. Anyway, they're getting sued. Fun fact. But the Law School Admissions Council requires me to pay to articulate my transcripts and stuff like that. Anyway. However, LSAC, Law School Admissions Council, I'm going to call them LSAC though from now on. LSAC doesn't require me to send in international transcripts if I only went for a semester and I didn't go for a year. If I went for a year or more, they want my transcripts so they can articulate the credit. Okay. However, every single law school I want to apply to has been like, hey, actually, no, we do want your transcript. We do want it. Now, actually, we want your transcript for your application. And I was like, okay. So I contact my university in France. I'm like, I didn't say bonjour. Fun fact. The person I was contacting, if you say a lick of French to her, if you like, bonjour, madame, like if you say any French, she will never swap to English. You will be stuck talking to her in French. So I never dare. I never dare. I loved when I was in France being like, bonjour, how are you doing? Da, da, da. No, you cannot even say bonjour because you know what's going to happen? She's going to be like, oh, bonjour, comment ça va? And I'm like, ah! Start screaming, which she'd be like, bonjour, comment ça va? Like, what do you need help with? Whatever. But can't do it. Won't do it. Not now. I almost got to the point waiting for this transcript where I was going to call and I was holding off on it so much because I was like, I don't want to call. I don't want to call because you know what's going to happen if I call? I'm going to have to talk in French and I can't talk in French anymore. I need to get, pardon me. When I'm no longer studying for the LSAT, I'm going to study my French again. Until then though, all I got is curse words. All I got is French curse words. And random bits and bobs and canicule or whatever. But yeah, so I was so frustrated. Yeah, luckily I know a lot of people who speak French. Thank God. I also just found out one of the deans of the university speaks French, like a little bit. And I'm scared of her now, so I'm gonna be avoiding her just in case. She's very sweet though, but no. Anyway. So I needed to get this transcript, right, from France to the law schools. Because the law schools are like, yo, we want this. We need this transcript. Or we're going to tell you to fuck off. And I was like, fuck, god damn it, blah, 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 blah. And a string of curse words and expletives and whatever have you. So I reach out to my university. I'm like, hey. I don't say hey. I say like, dear madame, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I got an email from someone I don't recognize. 1 second. But I was like, hi, I studied abroad during the semester. Here's my name. Here's my student ID. Here's my, all my ID numbers or whatever. Is there, oh, it's a car insurance scam. Well, that's a shame. Anyway, so I'm like, hey. So by the way, I had to go to LSAC multiple times and be like, how do I get this school to send you my transcripts? And they're like, you do a form. And I'm like, where's the form? And they're like, pardon me, Jesus. I was like, where's the form? And they're like, it's on the website. I'm like, where? And they send me a link. Anyway, I take my little link. I generate my little form with the university, like University de whatever. And I take my little form. It has on the form the mailing address for LSAC because they have to physically mail my transcripts. They have to physically mail them, which is a lot more difficult to get them to do than just sending it digitally. Anyway, what they had to do is in a parcel, in an envelope, put my transcript in French, put my transcript in English with the form I send them, and they fill out the form with their contact information. So I email them. I'm like, hey, I studied abroad with you. Here's my student ID. Here's my other ID number. Can you please send? And I quote the website. I quote that it needs to be this type of like transcript. This is the transcript. I quote it from the website. I'm like, this is what it needs to be for a university from France. Here's a link, by the way, to where I got this information. So I need this in a sealed envelope with the school symbol and the form that is attached to this email inside. Also, this form attached to this email needs to be filled out with all of your contact information in case LSAC needs any other information from you. And then I said, okay, and also you can find additional information regarding the transcript process here. Also, here's the mailing address for LSAC here, which is, by the way, the mailing address was on the email typed out by me, on the form, and on the instructions on the website. I put it in 3 different places and I send it. And then I'm also like, if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'll always be available to answer whatever you need. I need these sent, though, before August, because you know what happens in August? France fucking shuts down. Anyway, so I'm like, please send these as soon as you can. Just print them, put them in the envelope, send them, seal them, whatever. And then I get no response. And then they reply, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll get to it. And then I contact them a week later. I'm like, hey, just want to check in. Is there anything else you need from me? Is it done? And they're like, no reply. So you know what I do? I contact my university and I'm like, yo, I contacted them like you said, and they're not helping. It's not working. And they're like, okay, so contact the professor in charge of the study abroad program. I contact the professor. Sweet soul. Okay. I contact her. I'm like, listen, they said to either contact you to get this done or do it myself. I tried doing it myself and they're not responding. And she's like, oh, okay, I got it. I'm like, oh God, thank God. And then she starts emailing the university, and she's getting information wrong because I don't think I properly explained to her the process. I thought she knew because she's in the poli-sci department. So like, yeah. I thought she would understand. So then I have to respond to that email and be like, actually, no, it's different. I need this and this and this and this. And then eventually the professor puts me in contact back with outgoing exchange. So I'm back in contact with my university. I'm like, yo, you told me either do it myself or contact this professor, or this professor is telling me to do it with y'all. So y'all are stuck with me. So I do the same exact instructions to the university in an email again. Pardon me. I don't do that yet. Outgoing exchange emails France on my behalf and is like, hey, high risk, needs her transcripts sent to this place, da-da-da. And I then say, hey, correction, needs this information. Then the French university responds, by the way, keep in mind, I have said at every step of the way, this needs to be physically mailed in a parcel, in an envelope, anything. The French university responds, okay, so what email do we send it to? Email? Who said anything about email? So I then reply with my whole long email again, with all of my instructions, all typed out. Keep in mind, I'm trying so hard in the entire email for this to be as clearly written as possible, where there's no possibility for translation error, because I know how stuff translates a little bit, at least. Like, I have some understanding, so I know like how to structure it, and I'm trying to be as clear and blunt as possible. These are the instructions. Here's where you can find them. Here's where you can find additional information. Da, da, da. I send it. No response. Yesterday, I then email. I'm like, hey. No, not yesterday night. The night before yesterday. That night, I email. I know they're not going to see it because time zones. I just email like, hey, just want to know, have you seen this? Is there anything else I can get, like, information-wise? Do you have any questions about the process? I just really need to get these submitted before August because they need to have time to process and articulate these transcripts. And then I go to bed. And then I wake up and I have a response from the one, the only, the lady from France. By the way, this lady, her emails send, I don't know, not a trauma response, but like whenever I see her name on an email, I'm like, no, which I'll go into later. But she then responds and she's like, oh, we sent it a week ago after you gave us your instructions. I'm like, oh, great. I wish she told me she did that, because I spent a whole week being like, oh God, what if they didn't do it correctly? Oh God, what if I'm fucked up? Oh my God. Because remember, I was also doing all this while I was sick. So I just didn't know if maybe like I hallucinated something. I check on LSAC. The transcript was articulated. My transcript from France is in the system. And it doesn't count towards my GPA officially. Finally. Because here's the thing. Remember, I'm only sending this transcript as a courtesy to the law schools I'm applying to because they asked for it. But I didn't fully know if it would count towards my GPA or not. I didn't know if I was shooting myself in the foot because I wanted to do what these law schools wanted me to do. So when I saw it articulated yesterday morning and it did not count against me at all for GPA, oh my word. Oh, it was so nice. I was so happy. My GPA would have been still pretty good, but like there is a difference and it does matter to me at least. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. The transcript's in, it's articulated, it doesn't count against me. Now there is like a little error on it. I can't see the transcript itself, by the way, but I can see like there's a little icon. And the icon though says it's either, the reason the error is there is either because I only attended it for a semester and it doesn't count, or there's something missing. Pardon me. But it is true I only attended for semester, so I think that's why it's there. I might contact LSAC though and be like, hey, just checking in. What's that error for specifically? So I might do that. But GPA is safe. War is over. But yeah, so the lady from France, the reason her emails strike fear into my heart is because my university, for a long time while I was studying abroad, was protesting. So we couldn't meet for classes at all. Ironic, I know, it's France, bear with me. So we couldn't attend classes because there was protest. So we did online classes to where we would just meet on Zoom. And every morning I would wake up. By the way, I didn't even know which time I ever had classes. I didn't know which days I had classes because it was all up to if the protest stopped and if I got the email. So you know what happened? You normally, like on days you don't have classes, you can sleep in, you can kind of rest. I couldn't do that. Every morning I would wake up at 7 a.m. and open up my phone and look to see if I have class that day. And that's how I would find out what's going on. And I open my phone and every day it's Madame da-da-da. And I open my phone, I'm like, okay, there's an email from Madame da-da-da. What does it say? And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I don't see my class. I'm good, cool. And I go back to bed. Then sometimes I wake up and I find out, oh, you got a class in an hour. I'm like, fuck. And then I wake up and I have to do that. And that would go on for 2 months. Oh, and then one time there was supposed to be a break week where there's no classes, but because of the protests, they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We're not going to do the break because we haven't had the opportunity to meet in person for classes. We're actually just probably going to cancel that break and still host classes to make up for the lost time. Except I was in Vienna. Because, you know, break week, I was like, oh, I can go travel. So I'm in an Airbnb in Vienna, looking at my phone as the university is actively deciding whether or not they should have classes while I'm actively in fucking Vienna and can't attend. Like, I can attend digitally, but it's going to be in the middle of my travel. Like, while I'm going around and exploring Vienna. So, oh my word. Eventually they kept the break week, so I was able to travel, like, without any worry. Holy shit. But yeah, no. So her email strikes fear into my heart. So you know what it reminds me of? Every morning in fucking France, sitting there with my coffee, reading that email, double checking every day. Hey, is my class today? Hey, it's holy. Yeah, it's a lot of stress. But know what? I still did it. I still got great grades. I survived. I still had that was the best semester I've ever had. Ever. It's study abroad though. Like, of course it was great. I was having fun. I was chilling. It was great. I had to listen to fucking old ass church bells every day though. Ugh. I was not in Paris, for anyone wondering. I was not. So I would wake up and just whichever church is nearby and it wants to ring the bells, I would listen to that. That's what I think actually. If there is an old VOD surviving from when I was in France, I streamed once or twice when I was in France, when I had time. And you can hear the bells just going off. Yeah, you're just sitting there. I honestly, after a time, I got used to it. And I actually kind of like the bells. They're kind of a reminder of like what time of the day it was, which is the purpose. But I just thought it was so hilarious. I thought it was so funny. My friends, I would be on call. You know what's crazy? I have friends who are mostly European time zone. And I was like, oh my God, when I go to Europe, we'll be able to play together. It'll be so great because like we're all in the same time zone, kind of. They're all in fucking American time zones for operating. So, like, it was actually worse. I could barely hang out with any of my friends because all of them are so geared towards the American time zone for everything. I just couldn't see them. I saw them occasionally, but like, oh my word. Also, I was playing, like, I was solo queuing at the time. Marvel's ranked. I got all the way to platinum, by the way, solo queue. But oh my God, I am so glad I never have to deal with the Frankfurt server ever again. Whatever servers it was for, shut up. Whatever server it was for rivals in the EU, I'm so glad I never have to play on the servers ever again. Oh my word. And I couldn't even play in the EST. I tried playing the EST servers because I knew I had a time zone advantage because all the people who could kick my ass were not online because I was online because I was in Europe. Couldn't do that either. But I had such a fun time abroad. It was so expensive, but it was so fun, and I would never trade it for anything else in the world.
Hi, Briss.
Hi, Vivid. Welcome in. We're just doing a chatting stream today. Hi. Yeah, love to study abroad, but oh my God, whenever I see Madame's emails, I'm like, ugh. I thought when I left France, I would never have to deal with her. Never. That was a lie. Here to lurk. Also wish you an amazing stream. Thank you, Vivid. Hi. Yeah, I'm so happy to be back. Honestly, the amount of yapping that might happen though, I might lose my voice again, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm just happy to be here and not be dead and dying in the corner. But yeah, here, let me, and now I just get emails of other form. I still get emails though from France, not from the university. You know what's crazy? One time in class, before I withdrew from this class, this girl was trying to sneak over my shoulder and read my screen. It was pissing me off so bad. I pulled up, this was, by the way, in the US. This was last semester. So what I did is I started, every time she would try to look at my screen, I would pull up the French University's homepage in French and just start reading it to myself. Or I would pull up something else in French and just start reading it. So she couldn't fucking read my screen. All she saw was Université de whatever and bonjour, this is a university, blah, blah, blah. And she would have to read French. And I thought it was hilarious. God, I have so many emails. Austrian Airlines, when did I sign up for y'all? Hello? Hello? Oh, hello? I have so many emails. I also signed up for a pizza place. I used to, well, I was in France, obviously. Sometimes you order a pizza. Sometimes you don't want to cook, whatever. So the pizza place, though, it still sends me emails to my student email, by the way. All my French stuff is all to my student email. So it's so funny. I'm going to miss this when I graduate, but I have Pizza Place. I have Mango. They're having a sale on Wednesday. They have 50% off. If anyone's interested. Oh my God, it's just all, it's all pizza. It's all pizza. I've unsubscribed from a lot of places. No, my least favorite thing though was in France. La Poste. Okay, I love shipping. I love it being great. But every time I'd have a package have to reroute, I had to drag my ass to a La Poste place and go in and be like, bonjour, I'm looking for my parcel. But in French and really bad French because I just, here's my thing. The La Poste I was near, the city I was in, by the way, was not Paris. So people spoke English, but it wasn't as expansive. There wasn't a lot of English going around. So I would have to actually speak French. And every time, I had to constantly deal with La Poste because I would just have packages go wherever they want. It was so annoying. And then one time I bought something, I had to return it, and I couldn't do it in person. And oh my word. Anyway, it just stressed me out. I like on my phone Google how to say I'm trying to find my package, or I'm looking for a package. And I have it pulled up on my phone. I'd like reread constantly, waiting, and try to just talk to them. I would just hold up my phone with the La Poste app open and the QR code and just be like, s'il vous plaît, I need help. Please help me. S'il vous plaît. I would just be like, well, like, I don't know. I would just like motion my phone, like body language, like, bonjour, s'il vous plaît, and politely try to show my phone. They're always kind of okay to work with, but like, oh my word. And it also sucks. Keep in mind, I'm Southern. My accent isn't that thick, in my opinion, but also remember, I'm biased. But I speak very fast, and sometimes I spoke, I think, too fast, or my accent would get a bit too thick. Your accent sounds fine. Thank you. But also sometimes pronunciation just is, yeah. There's also would be days I just barely spoke English, so I'd have to swap back to English and be like, I would forget. I would just forget how I function. But oh my word. I appreciate it. Bliss, you are the one, it's not a representative sample, but it is a sample and it works for me. It was really funny though. So I don't regard myself as posh, or listen, I vibe, I chill, but I'm also like, I'm studious and academic, so I read that way. If you ever see me out in the world. But when I studied abroad, I didn't do it with this one program. So my university does it with a specific program, and I decided I'm not doing it with the program, because if I do it with the program, I have to pay for all this housing, and I don't want to pay for all this housing. I can find housing myself. Me and Crow Remy found our own housing. But we would occasionally join the program for their events. Why was every fucking person in that program the most posh, stuck-up kid I've ever seen? I would talk to them and feel like I am talking to people of a whole different world. Oh my god. And also, they were just so disrespectful. It was insane. I don't know how to describe it. Like one time we had a tour guide, and me and Crow Remy were talking with her. We're like, oh my god, like, what do you, like, this is so cool. What do you do? And she like tell us about, like, you know, all the stuff about the city, and we go on tours and whatnot. And all the posh kids are like ignoring her, walking away, not paying attention, not appreciating the cool stuff. No one pissed me. Oh my god. So same day, by the way, tour. So at the end of the tour, we did a dinner, okay? And we went to this place. I'm not going to say what we had because that would spoil where I was city-wise, but we went to this place and we were doing like kind of sharing meal. Like the way the proportions work was to where you could share with a table. So we're all sitting there and the program's covering it. Me and Crow Remy are paying our portion separately. And by the way, keep in mind, university students, I would say freshman, sophomore age, so they can't legally drink in the US. This is important. So the entire time we were all sitting at the dinner table, they're all fucking drinking. Drinking. Me and Crow Remy, water. Why? Because we're paying for our meal. We're not drinking. Also, at the time, I didn't know I wanted to drink anyway, so I was like, no. So me and Crow Remy having water while the program kids are progressively getting more and more drunk. By the way, we all split briefly before the dinner to walk around and explore, and they all went to bars and then came to the dinner already kind of drunk, and then got more drunk at the dinner. So me and Crow Remy are like, the fuck? And here's the thing. They're all American, which is not a problem, okay? If you're American, it's okay. I'm American too. We can suffer together. But, they started talking really loudly at the dinner. By the way, this restaurant is kind of family-ish to where, like, there's families here, there's kids, you know, everybody's having happen a time, and the program kids just start getting increasingly more loud and vulgar. And eventually it gets to the end of the dinner. They're all not trashed, but they're definitely not at their best mental wise. And the waiter, doing his best, doing his absolute best, comes over trying to give us the check to pay. And we had such a large party, they couldn't fully split it. And it became an issue. And also the person who was there representing the program, who was supposed to pay for it, walked away, by the way. So, no program coordinator here to communicate with the waiter, like, hey, I'm covering it, or to help out just making sure that we're not making a fool of themselves, because this waiter was doing multiple loops over like multiple minutes. Like the person who represented the program has just gone that long. And they're trying to give the check. The program kids are starting to argue over who should pay or whatever, and all this stuff. And they're all just refusing to pay, and they're refusing to cave and just pay the bill, because if they pay the bill, it's going to get recompensated anyway. I get so mad. I look over to them and just yell at them. I don't yell, but I project. I project enough to where they can hear me and I can be heard. And I'm like, hey, someone just pay the bill, because they want us to pay it and they've been waiting for us to pay it and we're being disruptive. Someone needs to just pay the bill and split it afterwards, or the program can recompensate, whatever. Because I was getting tired of them just brushing it off. Like, Daddy's not going to come help you, so pick up your shit. They all looked at me like I grew like a second head or something. It was crazy. They disregard what I say, and they're just like, oh, the program will come and fix that. And then we sit there embarrassing ourselves. Well, they're embarrassing themselves, but I'm at the table, so I'm just by proxy dragged into this mess. Eventually, after it feels like 10 minutes, program coordinator comes back. It probably was 10 minutes, felt like 30. Program coordinator comes back, fixes it, whatever. By the way, my meal for me and my roomie barely ate anything. Our cost for the tour, barely eating anything, and water was $50. 50 euros, pardon. 50 or 60 euros. Like, that's not... That's not how much that all was worth. I'm so sorry. Like, that was not at all worth what they charged us. That's another reason I didn't want to go to the program, because they have all these fees and all this extra stuff you have to pay for, and it's so much cheaper if I just do it myself. And some of their excursions, are cool, but I don't care. I don't care about them. And also, all the posh kids, all the program kids, they were just complaining about the excursions and the tours and everything. It was insane. One girl, though, was not at this dinner. I love her. She's great. We're from the same area in the States. She was studying abroad, though, for a year. I only did a semester. We eventually met her. She, though, went on a trip with one of the program kids. And when she reported back about that trip, oh my word, one of the program kids was insane. So she, my friend who's in the program, went on a trip with one of the other kids that I knew a little bit. Like, we met in France. And at the time, I was like, no, this person seems chill. Sure. Like, I'm sure traveling was fine, My friend comes back to report the most heinous travel experience. So, they were traveling and they had to get a hotel. And the program kid was like, hey, don't worry. My dad has points with the hotel. It'll be fine. I can cover it. So they stay at this hotel. It's a decent hotel. But she never, and then my friend is like, hey, just let me know how much it was so I can recompensate you. And then my friend's like, oh, it's okay. You can, not my friend. The program kid's like, oh, it's okay. You can just buy me breakfast or something. So my friend pays for breakfast, pays for lunch, pays for all this extra stuff, because she had no clue how much that hotel stay was worth. Because it was a nice hotel to where she could guess it was more expensive. And the program kid just never actually tells her the cost and continues to leech off of her the whole entire trip they're there, and eventually tells her, and the cost was so much lower than all the stuff my friend bought for her, and she just never communicated that at all. And then eventually was like, oh, I can pay you back, or whatever. Like, do you have a checkbook? Sorry. She also asked, like, initially if my friend could, you know, just pay for it, and just like if she has a checkbook or something. Who carries a checkbook? Also, why would you carry a checkbook? That has like your bank information, your routing information, your account number. You don't want to have to be carrying around a checkbook because someone could literally just write down information and take money out of your bank account. Like I've never heard of so many people so out of touch. In like that I've personally met. Like I've never, ooh, it was so wild. France was an adventure. And I had fun, but oh my word, the things I heard, the things I saw. But it was a whimsical time. Anyway, yeah, so whenever I see emails from France, from my French university, I'm just like, oh, okay, I sometimes forget that. Y'all are there. But I've never had any, I now that the transcript's in, I don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I'm free. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. I'm free, I don't care, I'm done. Done. Yeah, sorry. Okay, cool. I was just reading the errors for the transcript. The transcript's fine, everything's fine. Yeah, no, I am so glad I never have to deal with that again, because that was something. And you know what? Never would trade the experience for the world. But oh my god. Oh, there's a meme. Let me see. I love a meme. Meme time. Yeah, that's me. I need to send that to Crow Fam. I need to be like, it's me. I do want that cookie so bad. I do. I've been thinking about that mental image in my head for so long. Let me here. Can I show it on stream? Is that okay? Can I show that on stream? Can I show them? Can I show them on the screen? I wanna put this. Yeah, go for it. Slay. It's me. Quantum made this. It's by Quantum. I want that cookie so bad. Bad. That's the greed. That's the level of greed, okay guys? That's my greed right there. That's my greed. I want that cookie so bad. But yeah, no, I cannot possibly express how much greed I have for that goddamn score. Oh my god. This is gonna live here. It's gonna live over here now. I love it so much. Yeah, because here's the thing. If I get the score, biblical greed right there. Exactly. This is the type of greed they talk about in the Bible. Because the score is so important. If I get that score, oh my god. Like anything, all the doors can open. It would be insane. It would be genuinely insane. And that's why it's so important to me. So important. I wanted to be an attorney for so long, and the stuff I want to do, that scores in the fucking way. I have the GPA when I talk. So I have a family member, a Crow Fam member is in law. She's not a bad lawyer in my opinion. So I do trust her opinion, considering she's pulled off crazy stuff before. So when I was considering applying to law school, I was like, what do I need? Is this a good degree for this? Is my degree good? Does it match? Does this match? And she was like, GPA, LSAT. I was like, what? And she's like, GPA and LSAT is all that matters. Get those two things and you're good. So I got the GPA. I didn't just get the GPA. I knocked that shit out of the park. I'm so proud. I pick up a little Kybris and I shake myself around like I did good. Now I need to do the LSAT. Now the LSAT's in my way. And if I can pull that off, everything will be fine. Except I'll have to write a shit ton of essays and get my letters of recommendation in order. But listen, once writing's such a big strength for me. Like, I'd rather be writing right now. I can spend my days listening to soundtracks and writing a personal statement, reviewing it. But the fucking LSAT, oh my god, that shit's in my way. I need to learn to love the LSAT. I am slowly learning to love the LSAT, but I don't know if it's like a Stockholm syndrome or actually genuinely liking it. I can't tell. You're gonna destroy that LSAT. I need to listen. If I ever get a 175 plus, guys, y'all are never gonna hear the end of it. Oh, I will never shut the fuck up about it. I'll never shut the fuck up about it. Y'all will hear about it for years and years, and then I'll get into law school, and then you'll hear about that for years and years. The only thing that sucks is I can't tell y'all where I'm applying or what I'm doing. All y'all can know is that I want to go to a top 14. Which, the top 14, by the way, are the top 14 ranked law schools in the nation by US News. If you get into a T14, you have a good guarantee of getting into like a good job, you know? Because there is a big, so for some jobs, GPA is all that matters. Having a degree is all that matters. For the corporate law, like big law world, you can get there by being, you know, at a lower ranked law school. But being a T14 doesn't near guarantee, but the top T14, by the way, definitely guarantee. But just being able to be in the top 14 guarantees you a really, really good chance. A really good chance. If you go to a T10, so top 10, top 5 especially, guaranteed. Wherever you want to go, you can do it. As long as you're not trying to be a Supreme Court justice. That's a little difficult. There's only so many spots for that. But it's so important, that fucking score. I'm so normal about this score, guys. I'm so normal. Anyway, let's pull up the US News rankings. I want to see if they change. Are y'all ready to be educated about the top 14 law schools in the world? And I'll try to make sure I sound the same when I read these out. I don't want to hint at what my bias is. I will say, I don't want to go anywhere in California. I don't like West Coast. Sorry. Okay. Top 14 law schools. Educate us, please. Happily. Number 1 is Stanford. Their median LSAT is a 173. Then tied for second is University of Chicago. Their median LSAT is a 174. And Yale University, their LSAT's median LSAT's a 174. Their GPAs, I'm probably looking into that, but Jesus. Okay, tied for fourth is University of Pennsylvania, Cary. Their median LSAT is a 173. Then tied for fourth with them is University of Virginia. Their median LSAT is a 173. Then sixth is Harvard. I don't want to go to Harvard. If they accept me, I'll go, but they scare me. Like, Harvard kind of has like that underlying vibe to it that kind of makes me go, you know, like, it's like, also there was a thing for a while where a lot of the big law firms stopped hiring a lot out of Harvard because they got accused of being too elitist with it. Anyway, so Harvard's sixth, their median LSAT is a 174. Then two schools are tied for seventh. That's gonna be Duke with a median LSAT of a 171 and NYU with a median LSAT of 173. Then tied for ninth is three schools. I will do the care package. When? Thank you so much for the 34 months. Hello, and stop eating plates. Just because you subscribe does not mean you're exempt. But hello, hello. Yeah, I will stretch and hydrate and what's the other thing? Posture. I will do that in a second. Tied for ninth is three schools: Columbia, Northwestern, and University of Michigan. Columbia's median LSAT is a 173, Northwestern's is a 173, and then University of Michigan is a 171. Then 12th, Jesus, slowly running out of fumes. I'll be fine. 12th is Vanderbilt, median LSAT is a 170. Then 13th has 3 schools tied. It's going to be Cornell at a 173. UCLA at a 171, and Washington University in St. Louis at a 175, which is a really weird median LSAT, I will say, because no other top 14 has a median LSAT of 175. Another thing to note, there's a lot of LSAT inflation, so the scores are being pushed up higher and higher and higher. Now, note another crazy thing? Guess who recently fell out of the top 14 after being in the top 14 for so long? Georgetown. So that's crazy. But here's the thing, Georgetown is still a crazy good university. They have been consistently in the top 14 for so long for a reason. So just because they dropped a little doesn't mean that much. There's some other schools in here. I'm not going to go over them because that's a lot of work. But no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. 1 second. Where's my checklist? Sorry, I have a Google sheet with all the schools I wanna go to. Because I'm neurotic. Anyway. Aha! I found it. It's okay. You can always, if you wanted to, you can always use Prime Bliss if you have it. Otherwise, it's okay. Okay. Notice another good thing, though. I have a Google Sheet with all of the top 14's GPA medians. And I'm above all of them! Yeah! The highest median they have is a 3.97. And I could kiss the ground I walk on at this point. Like, I could kiss the pavement of my university. Be like, thank you for my GPA. You were touch and go for a second there. Yeah, no, I was doing so bad. I could barely even talk. I felt like dead to the world. I was like, take me to an urgent care, please. Oh my God, guys. I can mark my French transcript as completed finally on my checklist. Oh, that's so great. Oh, that's so great. Okay. It's so nice to mark things as done. But something to note about LSAC, the Law School Admissions Council. Let's go. Yeah. It's so nice. So most universities, their GPA is on a 4.0 scale. Okay. However, LSAC, for the law school admissions, to make things more competitive, they're on a 4.33 scale. What does this mean? Standard universities, normally above 90 to whatever, get an A. Here, let me do Uni 4.0 scale. Let me just find a simple one. Okay. So, Jesus. No, that's a 4 point. Yeah, no, that is. Okay. Most universities are a 4.0 scale. Okay. What this means is if you get a 90 to a 92, it is worth a 3.7, but a 93 to 100 is worth a 4.0. So most people's GPAs are on a 4.0 scale. But LSAC has a different scale because they want to make the GPAs more competitive because of how selective the process is. So LSAC, if you have a 97 to 100, it will not be a 4.0, it will be a 4.33, which means if you went to a school that only does a 4.0 scale, in your head, you've only been needing to get a 93 the whole time. The whole time. All you needed was a 93 in your class and you got the A and you have the 4.0. Except LSAC added the 4.33 scale because that meant they could reward students who are going to the 97 or above, which makes things more competitive, which means it separates out the upper range of all these students to really sort through who is the high achievers versus not. But it's kind of unfair if your university never did a 4.33 scale in the first place. Because if Some people go to university and they're not planning to go to law school. Or they don't even know about LSAC's thing. The 4.3 scale is not a well advertised thing. I had to find it. And I found it recently. Not recently, but recent enough. So a lot of students are going to university on a 4.0 scale and they're just like, okay, all I need is the 93 and I have the great GPA for law school. I don't need anything further. But the students who are going to these 4.3 universities or to already are aware of LSAC, they are getting an advantage because they're already with the 4.3 mentality. So they get their GPA a lot higher. A lot higher than a 4.0. Anyway, so because of that, my GPA is above a 4.0. Not because I'm at a 4.3 or 4.0 university. It's just because I've always kind of kept in mind where I can to like get as high as I can. Because I found out about the LSAC 4.3 scale in time enough to get the score and be like, oh, okay, we gotta make sure the GPA is moving. Anyway. But because of that, it put me at a big advantage over a lot of other students. So that I'm above all the law school medians because my GPA is above the 4.0 because I'm on the 4.33 scale and I have been. So yay! However, here's another thing to note. High GPA cannot save an LSAT score. A high LSAT score, though, can save a GPA. So this means that I need to get my LSAT score up still. Just because I have above a 4.0 and because I'm above their GPA medians doesn't mean I have the LSAT score to get into these schools. Or I have the ability to get in these schools. Because they weigh LSAT a lot more heavy than they can a GPA. So GPA cannot save a low LSAT, but a high LSAT can save a low GPA every day. Any day of the week. They would rather take a 3.5 with a 175 over a 4.0 with a 170 any day of the week. So, because their LSAT median matters a lot more than a GPA median to them. Anyway, but because I'm already above the GPA median, that means I have at least one part of the equation done. Because remember, what did the crow lawyer of the family say? LSAT, GPA. So I got the GPA, I just need the LSAT, and that's why I've been so stressed. Because it's like, it really does matter. I'm right now at a 156. I'm not at the 160s yet. But I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna pull it off. If there's anyone that can pull it off, it's my crazy ass. I'm not close yet, but one important thing to note is that my practice tests and my accuracy, definitely crazy, yeah. I've been getting a lot more consistent. Okay, Bliss, thank you for the lurk. I've been getting a lot more consistent where I'm getting low, because before I'd get low level questions wrong sometimes and it would just be like out of the blue. But now I'm getting a lot more consistent with getting the low level accuracy, low difficulty questions right, which means I'm building a good foundation to where I can break into the 160s hopefully. It's just difficult. The other thing I want to note is because I have the GPA that I do, I do know I can do it. I know that I have the grit and discipline to pull it off. It's just so difficult. It's so annoying. Anyway. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. Nothing can be in my way. It's gonna happen. I'm so excited. I'm so very excited for if it does pull off. It should. But yeah. So Jesus. My plan today, stream, then play games, and then I'm gonna sleep. And then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up on my own time. I'm not gonna wake up super early. I'm gonna wake up slowly, take my time. But I'm going to study for the LSAT tomorrow. Hopefully I get a response. I emailed one of the instructors with the prep company I'm now with. I did swap prep companies. I was like, hey, I'm in a score plateau. Here's all my data. Here's all the things I've observed. Here's all my habits with studying. And I hope they'll respond soon because they said they can give me some advice and recommendations. So they can kind of identify where in my study plan I'm kind of fucking up. So they can give me advice about how to make my study plan more efficient. Because right now I definitely have quantity of studying, but it's not quantity I need quality. If the quality's not there for the study schedule, then the study schedule is useless. So yeah. I also had a bug earlier. I set aside 35 minutes earlier before work to do a timed section, and the timed section ended up being a section I've already done. So it wasn't blind at all. And I didn't actually get any like actual meaningful time. I just spent my time doing questions I've already recognized. So that sucked. But we're working on it. What I really like though about the company I'm right now with, pardon me, is that they have like a study quality tracker. So rather than just tracking plain old statistics, they track like the study I'm doing. They track like how consistent am I? Am I getting a good variety of questions? How long am I studying per day? Am I spending enough time reviewing? What's my timed accuracy versus my drilling accuracy? Yeah, but we're getting there. It's a lot, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Cause know what happens? Know what happens if I get the little cute little lawyer job? I can buy stupid shit for stream. Those $80 stupid ass games that are way overpriced, I could buy them. I will say. My plan. If I get above a 170 on a practice test, I'm going to reward myself. Okay? And what we're going to do is we will play the 007 game on stream. If I get a 170 plus on a practice test, it doesn't have to be the official, just the practice test, I will play 007, the 007 game on stream because there's a 7 in the name and it looks cool and it's up my alley. And I think it'd be really funny because 170, 007, hee hee, haha. Here's another thing I want to note. The test prep company I'm with does a scholarship estimator. So it puts in your LSAT and then it estimates your how much scholarship you get. So if I get a 175 with my GPA, I could get a stipend offer from UPenn. Like, UPenn would pay me to go. God, my eyes are twitching. Huh. Now, there's 3 schools that never offer any fucking scholarships, okay? Yeah, that's a really good deal. I would get paid to go. It would be crazy. Okay, but. There are 3 schools who never offer shit. Except Stanford. Stanford does, but it's not a lot. 3 schools. Stanford, Harvard, and where are they? Yale. And it's really funny to me. It's because they're the HYS. HYS is Harvard, Yale, Stanford. They are the historical guarantee. These are the 3 big law schools, even though their rankings are not as strong as they normally sometimes are. But they just never offer, like, you just can't calculate what scholarship you're gonna get for them. Maybe you'll get something, maybe you won't. Anyway. But if I get a 175 with my GPA, I could get less than half of UChicago's tuition, which would be great. So that would be, my estimated cost per year would be maybe 42,000 rather than 100K. If I go to NYU would offer me full tuition, potentially. Duke would offer me more than half tuition paid. UVA would offer more than half. Columbia, less than half. Michigan, more than half. Northwestern, more than half. Vanderbilt, stipend. Cornell, more than half. UCLA, stipend. Washington University, which I don't apply to, that's way too far away, more than half. Now, if I get a 180, that'd be crazy. And full tuition everywhere. Oh, 180. Except Duke. They would do more than half because they're Duke and they don't want to pay for 180. Anyway. Welcome to the LSAT games. May the odds ever be in your favor. And know what? If any of y'all are ever bored and you want to do something with your time and you're really genuinely bored, take an LSAT. Just, you don't have to like doing it. I just think it's interesting to take, it's an interesting test itself. Here's the thing. Hi, Techno! Hi, how are you doing? Here's the other thing. Y'all aren't taking the LSAT because you need a certain score. You just would be taking it because you're like, no, I'm bored. You never know. You never know what you'll get. Hi. But yeah, also I would recommend if you ever do take the LSAT just in your free time, instead of doing 4 sections, do 3. Because there is an extra section that is an experimental. If you're only doing it as a diagnostic and you're not really doing a whole LSAT thingamabob, just do whatever. If I get a 170, I could potentially get a little bit of money from these schools, but not a lot. Because also these schools understand that they're expensive. So yeah, God, I want that cookie. I want that cookie so bad. I look at the scholarship. How is the prep for the test? Oh, it's a thing. So much studying. No, I can tell you how many hours I've spent on my new test prep website right now. Okay, let me calculate this. So this is with my new test prep website, by the way. And I've been prepping with them for about a month. So let's see. I'm gonna round that up to 8. 12.5. 7. Yeah, wait. Let me redo this. Round up to 8. 7.5. Or 12.5. Plus 8. Plus 2. Plus 1. Plus 4. That doesn't seem right. Okay, 35 hours thus far with this new company, divided by 30 for good measure. That doesn't seem right. It's around like an hour per day on average, but that's not... I'm not spending an hour per day because that's just an hour of the question stuff. That doesn't count the time I've been sitting here looking at a textbook or in classes. We work on it. We're getting there. That's why I also want to make my studying a bit more efficient where I'm getting more quality. Because I'm spending so much time. I need to make sure the quality I'm getting back is actually, you know, substantial. But yeah, the test is a beast. I'm gonna get there. So tired of this test. But once it's over, because I have a good score, I'll be happy and I'll be free. Yeah, this has been how long have we been here? An hour and a half of me talking about France and the LSAT. Ooh, butter chicken. I wish I could eat butter chicken. Sorry. The few times I've gotten food poisoning, almonds, cashews, butter chicken, and Indian food have been the scene of the crime, so I just can't eat it anymore, regrettably. I would like to, but I can't. Because otherwise I might just die. Not die, that's dramatic. I'll struggle, and I hate food poisoning. Yeah, it is what it is. Luckily I don't really care for like almonds, cashews, stuff like that. So it at least works out there. But yeah. Yeah, no, I'm I'm staring at my statistics. I'm not. I've gotten tested actually recently and I'm not allergic to anything. But I think I've like some sort of... There's a correlation. I don't know what's going on with the correlation, but there's something there. And I can't quite figure out what. But there's a little thing, okay? There's a little something with it. And I don't know what's going on there. So I just avoid it. I avoid it to protect my peace. Ideally. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Because I have been yapping with no pause for a while. Look at the model. She's so cute. Look at the little smile. Oh, can't close my water bottle. This may sound kind of out of context, but I love foreigners like nuts, peanuts, cashews. I love that for you. I cannot. I like 1 second. I don't really mourn the loss though. because I've never really liked nuts in any capacity. It's just never been something I like. But I'm glad that you like them, because it seems like everybody who does like them has a grand time liking them, and also it's like a good source of like proteins and vitamins and things. But I just can't. It's like flavor, texture, and just the overall that throws me off, to the point where it's like it's not even like how some people are like, oh, I don't like tomatoes, but I like tomato sauce. Like, it's not even like that. It's just like, literally, if I know there's like nuts in it, I'm not. Sunflower seeds I'm mixed on. Like, they're okay. They have to be salted or seasoned or something like that, or roasted. Same with pumpkin seeds. But I don't actively eat them a lot. I don't go out of my way. And if I do eat them, it's like the smallest little bit. Nothing substantial most of the time. But yeah, no, I eat, sleep, and breathe LSAT. So bad. Yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, wow, I study for this thing a lot, which is why I really want to kind of redo the way I study and like get more use out of it, because I'm spending a lot of time, but the time isn't being spent as effectively as it could be. So I gotta lock in, analyze where things are going wrong, analyze where I can improve and tackle. Yeah. I also attend a lot of the LSAT classes. I attend a lot of LSAT classes. Also, this is the longest I've talked in a while. I've yapped a lot throughout the week, but I have never talked for so long. But I'm glad I can still do it. That's an upside. After coming back from vacation, just working and sleeping, and play. Stop. No. I don't even understand how the plate thing is. Like, I don't understand, y'all. But it's okay. I don't need to understand, I think. I think I just nod my head and yeah, we go with that. Yeah. I am the fun thing.
Hi, Briss.
Hi, Alice. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you for the head pats. The one thing I am looking forward to about the holidays though is holiday. I will be kind of forced to with the schedule to like do a little bit less LSAT, so that will be nice. But we can't quit for nothing. Can't quit. Gotta keep it going. Cause know what? No, it's great. If I can get the LSAT out of the way this year, I never have to look at this test again. Hi, how are you doing? I was sick for a couple weeks, but I'm back. It's my first stream back after being so sick. So I'm vibing. I did work all day though, so like my energy is not as high as it could be. I think I understand you more now, not liking plates. You don't like nuts, it kind of makes sense. How does that correlate? That's a fallacy. Hold up. How does that correlate? I'm glad you're feeling better. Me too. I so much Dayquil, antibiotics. I'm very happy to not have to deal with it. You wouldn't get it. Clearly I wouldn't get it. I still have tea occasionally to like soothe my throat. I like just tea in general, but I have had a lot of oh, I need to buy honey. I'm almost out of it. But I have had a lot of just health tea, like chamomile, herbal, lemon. I haven't had any like black tea. Like I like doing black tea, putting a little bit of milk in it, honey, sugar, whatever have you. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I'm just a little bit worried about it agitating my throat, especially because I've been talking for so long today. Tea helps a lot. Lemon tea with honey is my go-to when I'm sick. That's also my go-to. It's been mostly chamomile though. Chamomile. I'm trying to think of anything else. I did try turmeric once. Turmeric tea with like ginger and stuff. That definitely was really good, but it took so long to prepare. Like so long to prepare. I just never did it again. Because I would rather not. Sorry, I'm trying to check the schedule. Because I'm joining Nautilus at 9 p.m. It's right now 7:30. Super Battle Golf. I just need to remember I'm doing that. Okay. Recipe my grandma used to do is boiled raw ginger root, raw honey, chamomile, and bourbon and splashed turmeric. That makes sense. I haven't tried that, but I've done honey, ginger. I'll add a chamomile tea bag in. Lemon, a lot of lemon, as well. It was like a health shot almost. It's like something I'd rather, instead of slowly sipping, I'd rather just like quickly drink it. But because it's meant to kind of warm your throat, I couldn't really do that. I did that though back in the spring when I was sick. I've been sick a little often. Not often, but like it gets in the like last time before I stopped studying for the LSAT, I got sick. And I had to do the lemon tea, the turmeric, all that stuff all the time. Gin instead of bourbon, no chamomile, but lots of lemon. Yeah, honestly, because also I know alcohol can actually help with like getting rid of the bacteria and stuff. Are you stressed out? Maybe that's why your immune system's weak. I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. Because I am stressed out because of the LSAT. But luckily, I'm back for now. All I need to do is avoid getting sick again. I do try to get good sleep. I try to at least get good sleep. I do strive in that regard. That's also why I want to make my study schedule better, because I'm spending a lot of time studying, but I need to get like actual quality out of it. So I'm spending all this time studying. Like, it would be a lot better for me to spend an hour at my desk instead doing really good in-depth study that's worth a lot and like doing a lot of review and everything, versus sitting at my desk for 4 hours and just kind of staring at LSAT questions. So that's why I'm also trying to like redo kind of how I study, so that way I can spend less time doing it all the time, because otherwise I could get sick again, I could get overwhelmed. Yeah. I don't have any recipes from my grandma, though she does make very good hot cocoa. The Crow family is kind of you get sick, okay, here's a Powerade, take a Dayquil and a Band-Aid. You're good. Like, that's how we deal with stuff. And it works. Electrolytes are great. You're hurt, walk it off. Ooh, is that a cut? Okay. Disinfect it. Band-Aid. Done. Ooh, broken. Your finger got jammed? Okay, we're just gonna tape it together with athletic tape. You don't need to go to the doctor. Like, that's how I was raised. So we continue trucking through. So we don't have any recipes like that. What the hell? Well, Crow Fam is a little sports oriented, so that's why. Which is crazy, considering I myself am not athletic. I used to be. I stopped though because I hated the sport I was doing. I don't like running. Pardon me. At this point, your body's made of steel. Less that, or more just like I bounce back. I bounce back real quick. Yeah, no, I used to do running, and the reason I hated it so much, because when you're running, you're not interacting with anything. You're just sitting there in your mind, and it's you against your mind, it builds really great for mentality when dealing with like assignments and a lot of workload. But with my ADHD, I really want to have something to interact with. I really like stuff like soccer, lacrosse, stuff I can actually do something with. Only issue is I'm not aggressive enough for those sports. So I ended up running, and then I hated it, and then I got out of it, and here we are. Here we are. I sit here and I do my little reading. I do my little studying. I go about my day. You woohoo. I do wish I was studying for the LSAT longer though. I actually started studying for the LSAT freshman year, and I got a diagnostic, and then I was like, I don't need to be studying yet. I can wait. I shouldn't have waited. What's your typical stress reliever besides streaming? Well, recently I've been reading a lot. Like a lot. I read a lot of fan fiction, a lot of books. Now, the fan fiction I read is not like 18 plus, da-da-da. It's literally just like people being like, my show ended and I hate it. I'm gonna write a whole season on my own. And someone publishes a whole book length of a season. And they're like, I can't let this show die. And that's what I read. And I know it. I love them for it. They're so good at it. I've read a few like that. It's really funny. I have technically of posting fanfics. You do? Thank you, Alice, for your work. You're keeping the whimsy alive. Okay. But I love that type of stuff. I have read multiple, technically, because the average length of a book is like 700 to 100,000 words. I have technically read multiple books within the past couple of weeks. So I'll do a lot of reading. I'll watch some shows. I've been watching The Mentalist. I'm still in season 1, so I'm crawling along, but I am enjoying it. It is very nice. I also like that it's from like older, so it's made for TV show pacing and not like internet pacing. I'll sometimes watch video essays. I don't really draw in my free time. I only draw to work on the model. I doodle occasionally. I did do a piece recently. I can't post it though. It's mine. It's mine forever. Y'all will never see it. But yeah, so that's kind of my rotation. Because for a while I didn't have any hobbies that I was like kind of doing outside of LSAT. I was kind of just like, I would get done studying for the LSAT, eat, and then study for the LSAT in a different area. I would, you can't see it because it's a self-portrait. Not of my VTuber persona, so that's why you guys can't see it. You'll never see it. Never. But yeah, so I would, because I can do LSAT test prep on my phone, so I would literally get done studying on my laptop, eat, go on my phone and study while sitting in a beanbag or something, get done doing that, and then read my LSAT book. I rewrote the whole Albert Nobbs movie because I needed to change some stuff. Let me Google that right now. Albert Nobbs. I'm not familiar. I sympathize. I sympathize. Yeah, I've heard of this. I've heard of this movie. I shake your hand. I understand. My go-to relaxer is watching a stream or watching a documentary from Rome or ancient Greece. Yes, I love documentaries. One of my favorite things to sometimes watch is Kunk on Earth. Love that. I also love Abbott Elementary. Shakes back. Thank you. By the way, this one fanfic was so good. I got an AO3 account so I could comment. Because genuinely, I thought for the longest time I was just illiterate and unable to read. Philosophy major can't read. Oh, so I just realized all I had to do was read stuff I cared about. So I wanted to comment on this one person's account, like post and be like, thank you for letting me know I can read. I love fanfics. I'll see if I have stuff I can share. Let me pull up my account. I probably don't. Because here's the thing with me in fanfics. I need to know that the other person is vibing on the same brain cell. Okay. Alice. Hi. Do you like Project Hail Mary? And I need to know this before I go any further. Yes. Okay. How would you rate how much you like on a scale of 1 to 10? Just curious. Depending on your answer, I might send you a link to what I've been reading. Ooh, one of my fanfics updated. Oh my god. Sorry, 8.5, good enough for me. So, I'm gonna DM this to you. I have to not say it out loud. I need to say it in my head. Oh god, I love your Infinity Nikki photos. Okay. Let me keep the coughs on the inside. Also, I will say, know what's funny? When I'm reading a comic, when I'm reading a fanfic, isn't that the new movie with Ryan Gosling? Yes. When I'm reading a fanfic and I'm like, they put the most angsty shit in it, okay? Like, the world is gonna die. And then the author was like, hey guys, so we're about to get into like, you know, some deep shit. So I'm adding the happy ending tag. I've been holding on to that happy ending tag like a lifeline. Is it good? Yes. I've seen Project Hail Mary 3 times. If I could, I would watch it more, but I don't have time. But no, I am holding on to that happy ending tag like a goddamn lifeline right now. Oh my god. Also, no, it's funny. So this is a slow burn. It's a romance. I read a bit in mix of romance and non-romance just for the fun. 3 times. I've seen it 3 times. Once in theaters in the first row because I got tickets really cheap and that was my first time watching it. And the second time I watched with friends online. And the third time I went to the 70mm IMAX and watched it. And I will hold on to that memory forever. Oh my god. Anyway. The author, though, the fic I'm about to send Alice, which y'all will never see. Alice will, though. The author, it's a slow burn. Is it kind of like Interstellar? No, but I would rank it as high as Interstellar. I don't like Interstellar that much, but I yeah, love it. Anyway, the author on Tumblr said, oh, hey guys, 100,000 words minimum before they actually get together, by the way. And I was like, okay, 100,000 words, I can get there. Read 123,000 words. And the plot is so doomed, y'all. Like, when I say I'm holding on to that happy ending tag like a lifeline, I have been holding on to that happy ending tag like a fucking lifetime. Like, lifeline. I've been, and everybody is messaging the author like, did you kiss the brick before you threw it? Did you like consider? And then people are messaging the author and they're like, hey, so are they gonna hug at any point soon? Like, shit's kind of real. And the author is like, I mean, sure. And they put a tag of, I'm assuming this is a flexible definition. I'm like, no, someone's gonna die. It's so, like, here, let me pull up the Tumblr right now. Let me, I had it open earlier. Someone started keeping count of how long the other character's been fucking out of it and not context. Right now, both characters are just shit happened, a lot of conflict, so they're not talking to another, and it's really bad. It's really bad. It's just bad. It's bad. It's so bad. And someone on Tumblr started tracking the percentage of how long one of the characters has been not mentally present in the fic. And it's been, so Bestie has been gone for 22.4% of the entire fic, almost a quarter. Isn't that fun? No! And someone was like, they need to have their happy ending. Make them hug next chapter, please. And the author went, okay, smiley face. Hashtag, a hug can be defined as a variety of things, I think. Someone started making memes of like, welcome home, other character, we missed you. People are reviving their Kindles to download this fic and read it off of a Kindle. Someone said, I'm going through the horrors, but luckily Grace is too, so thank you so much. Oh my god. And sometimes by the way, this author nearly posts daily. Love them. But they take days off on Sundays, and then sometimes they take other days off. But I never know. I never know which days they're taking off besides Sundays. So I will literally wake up, and like they normally post the update at 8 p.m. my time. So it'll get to 8 p.m. By the way, it's in 10 minutes. I'm gonna fucking check soon. And I'll look, and I'll be like, please tell me there's an update today. Please tell me there's an update today, because I need these two characters to just get along. But here's the thing. Both of them have such deep lore, so they had to get over that bullshit first before anything could fucking happen. I'm gonna throw myself into the sun. Okay, let me send this to you, Alice. Okay, Alice. It's a crack fic, might I add. So it's Project Hail Mary mixed with the most unlikely shit ever. Enjoy. And I hope that opens to chapter 1 and not... Yeah, it does. Okay. That shit has gotten me through finals. It has gotten me... Like, I've been reading this thing since May. I hope you like it. If you do, fabulous. Maybe read slowly, just in case, so that maybe by the time you catch up to where it's currently publishing, things will be better. That would be crazy. Anyway. So I've been reading that. And then I have this other fic I really love. Hi, Wen. I have this other fic I really, really love. And it's this one person's first fic. And they used to update weekly. They've kind of updated, like, they haven't updated recently. I hope they're okay. Because I know it's their first fic, so, like, they're not maybe have that workload going. But I do look forward to when they do, because thank you. That'd be so great. Yeah, most of the stuff I read is just, like, teen rated. Respectfully, I'm ace, so that kind of factors in. But also, I generally don't normally care. But, like, everybody who keeps the rating so chill, best work ever. I'm just here for the vibes. I'm here for the plot. I'm here to be tearing my hair out. And I do, occasionally. Also, Project Hail Mary, my favorite character. Kill Me Later, Ava Strat. As much as I read shit about Grace and Rocky and everybody else, I love Ava Strat. Love her. And for me, I don't ship her with anyone. I think I ship her with the power of the fucking sun, and she wields it, and I love her. Hee Ava Strat apologist is me. What else have I been reading? Sorry, I'm looking at my AO3 account right now. One of my fics updated, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna read that later. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm in a few different fandoms. Y'all will never know how many. Just know, if you're ever on AO3, there's a chance I'm there too. Looking at it with you. No, I'll mention some of the fandoms I'm in. Some. Project Hail Mary, Iron Lung, Hannibal, Mentalists. Trying to think if there's any others I care about recently. Formula One, but y'all already know that. Me every week watching my car just fucking explode. By the way, all the drivers were posting earlier, not all the drivers, they had practices earlier where they were testing the new cars and stuff after all these upgrades they brought for Austria. The cars are just fucking falling apart. Lando Norris's, I do like good omens. Very much so. If you have stuff, send them my way. Yes, except at the TV show, the TV show, not the movie. I need to watch the movie though. I need to finish the TV show actually. I've been scared. I know what the ending is and I'm scared. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. They made a TV show. When? Oh boy, do I have shit for you. Go watch the TV show and then report back. But it's so funny. I opened Twitter and all day today, Lando Norris's the car floor is coming off. Max Verstappen's car couldn't even get past the pit lane. Alex Albon's mirrors falling off. Everybody's car is just falling apart. And it's so funny to me because everybody's going insane on Reddit, and everybody on the radios is going insane. Max Verstappen passed George Russell of Mercedes, Max Verstappen of Red Bull. Max Verstappen, very good driver, both very good drivers. George fucked something up. Max Verstappen was pissed and passes George and gives him the middle finger while passing him. Like, today was crazy. Today was crazy, and I was watching it I was reading all this stuff while I was at work, and I was trying so hard to keep a poker face because I just can't help but smile as all these drivers are yelling at each other and everything's going crazy. And it's just like, it's the type of stuff where if I told anyone else, they'd be like, is that real? Yes, actually. It is real. Everything's insane. Everything's falling apart. Everything's crazy. Oh, and my favorite driver, by the way, I am a Ferrari fan. Yay. And I'm a Charles Leclerc fan. Yeah, it does. Mads Mikkelsen is great, by the way. My ad, great. Lawrence Fishburne is also absolutely great, and you see them every fucking episode, so it will be great. Everything's great. Crap, what's another show? I have a Letterboxd. Let me pull it up. Am I logged in on my account? Which, by the way, y'all will never see my account. Y'all will never know. I have a whole nother personality that you'll never will see. Just know, I don't have my VTuber stuff on Tumblr, but I do have an account. I'm waiting for Letterboxd to let me in. Can you let me in? Please? S'il vous plaît? Security check failed. Please, no. It doesn't fail. That's not how that works. What did I enter in my Letterboxd recently? I can't remember. I saw the Devil Wears Prada too, but I'm not really in the fandom for Devil Wears Prada. Though I love Devil Wears Prada. I do like that, but there's not really a fandom going on for that, at least for me. Oh, Takarazuka. Alice, everything. All of it. Everything you just said. All of it. I appreciate any recommendations. I just normally have a preference for teen because sometimes people are a little crazy with it. But genuinely, I am a consumer of all things. Happy to be here. Happy to chill and happy to read people's stuff. I have another friend who writes fanfic. I don't read their stuff, but that's just because they write a lot more explicit stuff than I would normally read. Great writer. Not my vibe. That's okay, because you know what? I'm cheering them on from the sidelines. Wait, what did I miss on? No, that's practice. I thought I missed something important for Formula One. I was going to throw myself in the sun. But I mean, Europe already threw themselves in the sun, so there's not much further for me to go. I also like Alien Stage, but I'm not as crazy in that fandom as one could be. Let's see. Sorry, most of what I've been reading is Project Hail Mary. I kind of just cycle through whatever the fandom is at. Hannibal I don't read stuff much from, but I am in the fandom. Yeah, that's about much it. Mentalist is also great, but the fandom on AO3 is very small, and I don't necessarily like what they read. I mean, what they write all the time. Wait. I'm gonna go to Archive for Own and search up LSAT. Are people writing LSAT guides? It would be so funny. Please. I need to put this in language. English. Update. Sorry, I can't. I can't. There's actually fanfic for the LSAT. People are posting their LSAT personal diaries on here, and people are writing their characters with the LSAT to rationalize. like dealing with it. Oh my god. People make logic problems inspired by the LSAT. What the fuck is happening? Someone wrote a fan off of someone wrote a fanfic off of two like characters from an LSAT problem. How can I wait. How can I be shocked? Okay? Genuinely, guys. Why am I shocked? It's AO3. Of course there is fanfic about the LSAT. Why wouldn't there be? This problem appeared on page 472. Wait. I need to read the LSAT problem, not the fanfic, just the problem. Okay. No, but don't take away their internet privilege. This is gold, okay? This is gold. Someone in the notes added elements used in this brief dialogue and like listed all this stuff and the fallacies they put in. Kudos. I haven't even read it. Just kudos. Kudos. Love it. Fabulous. Thank you. Someone wrote Aaron Burr taking the LSAT. I'm gonna alert because it's dinner time, but the talk about fanfics is amazing. Happy to talk. Happy to yap. This is also how I've been keeping myself sane. By just reading all people's stuff. All the great writing of the internet. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have plenty of books to read. I have a lot of books I love. But sometimes, not always, sometimes like the books I have, insane. Sometimes the books I have aren't like, I don't know that I'll like them going in. So I like the idea of fanfics because I already know I like the fandom and the content. So the most likely thing is anything written, any fanfics written from the shows I like or media I like already is likely also gonna be something I like reading as well. So I don't have to go through the thing of like not knowing if I'm even gonna like the book and all that stuff. Also, I like that I can just like read this on my phone, easy peasy. I just find it absolutely fucking hilarious. Pardon me. Absolutely fucking hilarious. So, yeah. Let me sip water. But yeah, no. LSAT, insane. Sorry. I'm still looking at the LSAT stuff. Are people writing fanfic to rationalize dealing with the LSAT? What is this? Sorry. Someone posted a personal diary about them studying for the LSAT on Reddit. Not Reddit, sorry, AO3. They said they will come back tomorrow to write more. They never wrote more. Why is there no comments? People are leaving kudos at least. But like, oh my god. Sorry, I'm just, oh my god. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. This is insane. Oh my god, why are people still posting about those characters from earlier? Why is... Someone tagged it, what the fuck did I just make? So I was like, what the fuck did I just make? Made a logic problem. How is it? Sorry. No. Sorry. One of the fandoms I'm a part of has an LSAT fanfic. People studying for the LSAT and making fanfics. What kind of Venn diagram would that look like? A circle. A fucking circle. Because here's the thing. People already... If you're taking the LSAT, I would assume you're someone who likes reading. You probably like writing, or at least you can write. Oh my god. Wait, I need to open this. Sorry. I need to see the comments. Any comments? Oh, F. LSAT. 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 Anyone comment about it? Anyone comment and be like, yo, are you okay? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, that's not it. I'm trying to see, like, also some of these are just like, they pop up under LSAT, but they're not LSAT related at all. So I'm trying to... There's so much shit. I need to return to this later. I can't believe there's fan fiction for the LSAT. I wonder if LSAC knows that people are making fanfics off of their tests. Does that like violate any sort of copyright at all? No, it doesn't. I don't think, no, because they're not posting the questions. Sorry, it's just, oh my god. It's unexpected. I don't know how to get my brain back on track after this. You get doxxed and people find out your worst secret, and your worst secret is making fanfics about the elves. There's not a lot. There's only like 170 or something on AO3. But they still exist. I need to tell my friend who writes fanfiction. I hope they will pardon me for disturbing them. Who should I tell? Who should I tell? People are writing fanfiction about the LSAT. Oh, I know who to tell. My friend who doesn't even bother about the LSAT. And that's a 170 too many. Okay. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Reel it in. Reel it in. Reel it in. 170 is not a bad number. Okay? Okay? Okay, one? Okay, one? Listen, let's get it exact, okay? There's 171. In English. Okay? Okay? But if I get rid of the language shit. There's 177. Do you know what 177 is? A 99th percentile score on the LSAT. Right? Right? Is this a sign? Is this a sign? My friend said in response, we have truly lost touch. We have truly lost touch with God. 1 second. I'm so glad I was born in the modern era where I can see this. This is glorious. Oh my word. What a lovely day I've been having, guys. The sun is shining. People writing fanfiction about the LSAT. My favorite Formula 1 team might explode. Suits! I think I would like it, but I can't watch it until I'm in law for long enough. Because the thing is, Suits is extremely inaccurate. And I'm scared of watching it when it's extremely inaccurate. Because it's not accurate. If that makes sense. I was planning to watch a couple of different shows actually, and I eventually just had to give up because every single show I was looking at was just inaccurate or weird or not the right vibe. I eventually started for a little bit watching Succession because the lawyers in Succession are actually kind of accurate. But that show pisses me off. The characters in the show are so out of touch, it pisses me off. Lawyer Slop, kind of. I was trying to like find shows that were more accurate so I could have like a better gauge of the vibes. Oh, I recalibrated it and I sunk into the floor. So I was trying to watch shows that are a bit more accurate so I get a better idea what's going on. But nope. Because people are really obsessed with what's it called? People are really obsessed with kind of the romanticization of law. I just want to see more realistic shows. So that's also why I gave up and just started watching The Mentalist, which is inaccurate and it's fine. And it's not really law related. It's more law enforcement adjacent. And then one of my coworkers earlier during work was watching Scandal. I saw that a bit. That's about it. And life is a weird, vibrant rainbow of different things, and everything's crazy. Yeah, it was funny though. My dad watched Suits, and he was like, "You should watch Suits." I'm like, I don't think I want to watch Suits. He's like, "Yeah, but it'll give you an idea of what law's like." I'm like, That's inaccurate. You want to actually see where they're debating accepting a plea deal for the next 3 hours? Yes. You like Crow Dad. Listen, Crow Dad is absolutely great. Okay? Everybody would love Crow Dad. But he vibes in a corner of the internet to himself. He does exist on the internet, but he vibes by himself. He plays his little game he's scarily good at, and that's what he does. He works, he goes home, he watches his sports he likes, he deals with stuff, he deals with me, and then he plays his little game, and he never buys anything for the game except once per year he'll buy a lot of in-game currency, and that'll be his in-game currency for the year, and that's it. He just has like he has a schedule to it too, by the way. Every day for the past maybe 7 years of my life, he has done that game every single day. Has upkept a guild. He's upkept a ton of stuff. He's not playing MMOs, by the way. He got good taste. He does. He likes comics. He has a lot of comics as well. But yeah, no, I don't want to see a plea deal for 3 hours. I want to see just more of a realistic like expectation and process, because law is still interesting where you can make a show out of it, but there's just a lot of like dramatization, weird stuff. Like, we are not going to be meeting our client 2 hours before a trial if you are a corporate attorney. The processes are rushed, dramatized. We're not having that much romance. All the lawyers in Suits honestly would get disbarred so quick. And that's what drives me nuts about it. So that's why I gave up trying to find a law show to watch, because it was a failed search. It was not worth. It was such a failed search. Anyway, I wonder how Tumblr's doing though. Are they okay? I know that's a redundant thing, but you know, and some people are posting Pokemon stuff, which is cute. I also love that people post their fan art on Tumblr, so I get to see people's fan art for Project Hail Mary, and it's so cute. And people post memes. Most lawyer shows make them too sexy. Yeah, it's just too dramatized, and I need people to reel it in. That's what I need. I need reeling of the in, because we need to stop. We need to stop. Not act. Yeah, I gotta refresh this. No chapter update? That's okay. I'm fine. I didn't need a chapter update anyway. The other thing is, with that comic that doesn't update on Sundays, I get a little nervous if it doesn't update. Because if it doesn't update today, then I need to hope it updates tomorrow. Because if it doesn't update tomorrow, I'm not going to see I'm not going to see a chapter until Monday. There's not even a chance it could update on Monday either. But it's worth it. It's worth it when it updates, and then I find out everything is still sad and nothing's better, and I'm like, okay, we'll get it next chapter. The next chapter comes and everything's sad. You need your fix. Yes. Yes, I do. I love this. I love this fanfic. I hold it in my hands. This is a nice fanfic. I like it enough to consistently keep up with it. Most of the time when I'm binging like shows or like watching shows as they air, I just can't stay as enthusiastic about it, but this one's good. They're good. They're good. They look good. Blah 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 blah. They'll get a little gold star. Oh, someone posted, how do I go from a 158 to a 172 in 5 weeks? I would love to know. Drills and practice tests should be at least 90% of your time. When we say drills, we mean grind on a particular issue. Okay. I can understand how difficult it is to be a writer. Wait, I can never imagine how difficult it is to be a writer through mental block and writing yourself in the hole that you can keep out. Yeah, I'm glad that all these other people are writing and I'm not the one writing, because I could not keep up with all of it. That's another reason why I don't publish my art as much. I'm just more private with my art, and I don't do commissions, and I only do my models, because being perceived that much and doing commissions that much, I get such a bad... Why is fishing not working? Oh, it's not connected. One second. It's not connected. Ah, sorry, I forgot to log in. I'm logging in right now. Okay, your fishing is back. I'm sorry. But yeah. Well, I'm just more private about my art, so I prevent like art burnout and stuff, and I can take things at my own pace. However, this writer, I'm so glad they haven't burnt out and I'm having a great time, and I look forward to all their updates with the most whimsy in the world, because I love their work. This person's asking how to go from 158 to 172. Oh, they already got like one in the 160s. I think it's possible to do a 170 in that amount of time. Because if it isn't, I'm all doomed. But I can do it. Here's the thing, I've been studying for a while. I just need to I've been studying for a while. I just need to really get all the stuff I've been learning for so long tailored in. Speaking of logging in, the Matrix trilogy is currently free on YouTube. Oh. So I could watch that with my free time at some point. Could do that. Oh, someone got into UCLA. I love that for them. However, I will be avoiding California. California is just too warm. I don't like warm. It's also really, really far away for me, because I'm on the East Coast. Ooh, a peacock bass. Nice. You hate Cali. I shake your hand. Ooh, wait, I need to check my bill. Sorry, people are posting on Reddit like their university like bill, and I need to check mine. Because apparently it's getting posted now, so bill time! Bill time! Bill time where I pretend the number isn't high, and then I think about it, and I'm like, bill time. It's still the same. My bill isn't fully processed either, so that's not even actually my full bill, because it's not including a housing. I gotta pay for housing. I pay for all the things, but it's fine. Anyway. Any hooble. Any wobble. Any wobble? Wobble? I need to take a sip of my soda. I've been talking for 2 days. At least we know my voice works. Because if we didn't know it worked today, oh god. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way until 9, by the way. Just because I'm gonna be raiding into Nautilus for both of them. But I need to probably first kinda sit with my voice being completely silent. I was thinking, should I put all my money on roulette and bet on black to pay for college? No. No, that's a terrible decision. Who would gamble in their free time? So I play Roblox Blackjack a lot. But yeah, if anyone has ever, I don't know if anyone plays Roblox. I'm an adult. I don't really play Roblox that much. However, my favorite game, yes, my favorite game on Roblox is 21. It is a blackjack game inspired from a Resident Evil DLC. It's very good in my opinion. I like it. I have a lot of fun on it. I also like playing Uno. I play Uno Ranked on the phone, where I basically pay coins to try and win, and then maybe I die, and then maybe I don't die, and then it's what type of fantasy is that? So basically, whoever loses the blackjack game in the Roblox game dies. They get a saw drilled into their skull, and they die. It's Resident Evil themed, if it wasn't obvious prior. Heavily recommended though, if anyone likes a gory, gritty game. I love myself some gory and gritty games. I may be a whimsical creature, but I love some horror. I love some psychological thriller, grit, gore, vibes. All appreciated. All appreciated. You can still do that in Vegas. Maybe. Not legally. That's for sure. And you probably don't want to be anywhere near that. That's also very much so. For sure. As well. Bow, bow, bow. Wait, someone... Sorry, I just got a notification. People are editing their fics on AO3. What? What? I haven't even read this stuff. Okay. Open new tab. I'll read everybody's stuff later. So excited though. It's so cool. I love when people update their stuff. Eat my butter chicken. I feel sleepy. Then go to sleep. Go to bed. I still have my... God. I don't forget, but I do still have my ASMR mic with me. And I find it so funny that I have an ASMR mic I don't use. Might I add, I loved doing ASMR on Twitch. I love doing ASMR. People just got a little weird with it, so I had to stop. Do crows dream of counting plates? Counting them, because every single day they keep disappearing. For some reason. In particular. Yeah, yeah. I loved doing ASMR. Just people got a little weird with it. People get more parasocial with ASMR content. That's like, I hate when people ruin a nice thing. Yeah, people started DMing me requesting ASMR streams. I was like, let's not do that, actually. So I don't do it anymore. Maybe one day I'll get back into it. It's just also, I can't predict quiet. I can't predict having a quiet environment for it. That's creepy. It is. It is. My soul chimkin. I mean, y'all are whatever you want to be. The most of y'all are harbingers, and if that harbinger ends up being a chicken, then I can't really do anything about that one. So, I guess. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, I still need to draw the chicken version of the harbinger. I just haven't gotten around to it. I haven't had I haven't had time. Okay. I do feel my throat getting a little sore, so I might need to end here soon. Absolutely not. If anyone sent that to me, they would be banned immediately. Yeah, and you sent it, and now it's on the VOD, and you know what? I can see it. Whoever's here can see it. You've been perceived. How does it feel? Yeah, no, I had people DMing me just like, hey, when's the next ASMR stream? When are you gonna do ASMR again? And like people who don't really DM me that often, and also people who only appear for the ASMR streams, which is fine. The thing with ASMR, also keep in mind, is ASMR, if you do it, there's a higher amount of viewers, but those viewers are only there for ASMR. They're not going to really transfer over for variety unless they really like you. Your Honor, my client was just memeing. Well, memeing is subjective and not actually a good basis for your claim. Yeah, so yeah. So I also understood like certain people only came for like ASMR stuff, but also I would let people do trigger requests for ASMR, which is like the different sounds and stuff. And I always had a rule, no mouth sounds, nada, nothing of that category. Just simple, literally here I have my little wood block and I tap on my wood block and we all have a great time. But people would like request stuff that I didn't do, that I told them I didn't do, and they would still persist with it. My Honor, I'm taking the LSAT. Torture enough. You're free. Punishment enough. But yeah, just people get a little too close for comfort. That's also just a degree to how it is. If I ever did go back to ASMR, I would have to be really, really careful, I think, with how I maintain the community. Because people get a little little confused. Boundaries. But yeah. Your Honor, can I sit on your seat, please? No. Yeah. A lot of people also, I will say, a lot of people use ASMR as a quick way to get a lot of viewers and following and stuff. I will say, when I did do ASMR, I definitely had a really good viewership. I averaged like 40, 50 maybe. Which was nice. Well, once again, boundaries. The line getting blurred is an understatement. Yeah, also, I will say, at least the one thing that does help with ASMR when I do it is I don't do any of the, some people do it, all the respect to people who do. I don't do anything suggestive or remotely suggestive, just be careful. Yeah, but some people also come into other streams expecting that. And I don't do that. And know what? Everyone's entitled to like what they like. I just don't do that. But that also means you can't come in my stream and start pestering me for it when I tell you I don't. Yeah. All the respect to those who genuinely love ASMR. I've been listening to it for... I've been listening to ASMR for maybe like 10 plus years. So I'm definitely an ASMR fan. So is ASMR really worth the squeeze of juice you get out of it? No comment. For I would not be the person to ask that about. Listen, people are all different. Variety. I just sit here. I like my little wood blocks. What I do is I normally listen to like people like typing on their keyboard. Just like something like white noise. Yeah. Anyway, I got to be on Nautilus's stream in 13 minutes for Super Battle Golf. Let me double check. Yes, Super Battle Golf. Had to make sure I remember. There was considerations for modding. I don't think I got modded though. I didn't know we could mod it. So yeah. But we are going to go ahead and raid because my voice is starting to get a little sore. So I need to kind of like pause for around 30 minutes before I join Nautilus in 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and raid into Nautilus. Thank you everybody for stopping by today, especially because this is my first stream back. There will not be a stream on July 3rd because I will not be here. I'll see if I can maybe squeeze in a stream this weekend, but I can't really promise anything. But after holidays and everything, I will definitely try to be back consistently. Fridays as per usual, 7 p.m. EST. We started a little bit earlier today because I want to be able to raid in on time. Yeah, if you want to stay involved in the community, I do have a Twitter, but I also have a Discord. The Discord's a lot better for staying up to date with what is individually happening with me. Stop that. What is individually happening with me, the streams, delays, time changes, what we're going to do. Next time we stream, we are probably going to play the Trees Hate You game. I was going to do that today, but I decided for today I just want to do it just chatting stream. kind of catch up, get y'all informed on what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, how things are going. Yeah, but also, what is this Twitter? Updated, right? Updated. Yeah, that's my Twitter. Okay. And if you do follow me on Twitter, I apologize. I like a lot of Formula One stuff, so your feed is going to become Formula One. And know it, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. It is what it is. But we are going to go and start the raid. Nautilus is celebrating his birthday. So, hell yeah. We gotta go wish Nautilus a happy birthday. Right now, Nautilus is playing Deep Rock Galactic, but in 30 minutes, I will be joining for Super Battle Wolf. With a cough drop, probably. I need to let my voice rest. New bot? New bot where? What do you mean? I don't see a bot. Oh, speaking of, if anyone notices bots in the Discord, let me know. I can ban them. Or bully them. I get whimsy out of it either way. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining me today. I'm gonna go and swap to the ending screen. I will see you all hopefully another time this weekend. If not, I'll see you all not next week, but the week after on Friday. Bye, and thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Goodbye.